All right, so this continues the project, What is Good Art or Make Bad Art. Your assignment or task for this unit is to create bad art. Make something that is the opposite of what you just described as good art. So I'm not quite sure how much time this is going to take. I'm asking that you create at least 3 artworks in any media. I believe this is going to take 3 to 5 days. The artwork should be no smaller than 4 by 6 inches, so that's about this big, the size of a postcard. And you are going to write an artist statement for each of them. So hopefully after research and brainstorming and answering questions, you kind of have a good idea of what is your personal aesthetic and what do you think is good art. I want to show you 2 examples from the art world that have been argued to be good art or masterpieces or bad art. And then share the statement that goes along with it, because you are going to be writing an artist statement for each one, and it's going to be like a fake artist statement. So you are going to kind of get in the mind space of a person who is creating bad art, not on purpose, but that you, as a real person, consider bad art. All right, so here's the first one. This is a piece from a long time ago. It's called Fountain by Marcel Duchamp. And what he said about this artwork is that it is a ready-made sculpture. So he's telling us what it is. It's a ready-made sculpture. And he goes on to say, I took an ordinary article of life, placed it so that its useful significance disappeared under the new title and point of view. I created a new thought for that object. So basically what he did is, a ready-made object is something that already exists. So this mouse is a ready-made object. I didn't make it. The artist didn't make it. I took it and I'm kind of putting it in a new context. So what he did is he took a urinal. This is a urinal from a public restroom, and he submitted it into an art show. And this is kind of his concept behind it. So many people think that at the time didn't think this was art, that an artist actually had to create artwork, that this would be considered bad art. But this is the artist statement that went along with it. All right, let's look at another more recent piece. This piece is called Comedian by Maurizio Cattelan. And the actual artwork is, again, this sculpture, which is a banana duct taped to a wall, real banana, real duct tape on the wall. And this is what he has to say about his artwork. Whenever I was traveling, I had this banana on the wall. I couldn't figure out how to finish it. Catalan told me when Perrotin handed him the phone with him on the line. Sorry, that was from an interview. So the artist says, in the end, one day I woke up and said, the banana is supposed to be a banana. So that is his statement. Whenever I was traveling, I had this banana on the wall. I couldn't figure out how to finish it. And then he just woke up one day and said, the banana is supposed to be a banana. So that is his statement that goes along with this artwork. Just to make a note, this artwork, actually the concept for this artwork sold for $120,000. This was maybe 2 years ago, 2019, I think. So many people argue whether this is art, whether it's good art, whether it's bad art. Is it the concept that makes it art? What is the concept? But it did sell for $120,000 to a museum that are officially able to reproduce this artwork. So when you're making your artwork, so you're developing the plan, you're creating it, at the end, you are going to make an artist statement. So this artist statement needs to tell why you made the artwork, how you make the artwork, and what it means to you. So an artist's statement is a written document that guides viewers to a better understanding of your artwork. So those examples that I just showed, the artist believed that they were explaining the artwork well. You are going to be writing an artist statement, kind of a fake artist statement, not as your real self, but the artist statement as if you are creating or explaining this piece of artwork that you really truly believe is good as the artist. So let's go look at two other famous artworks in their artist statements, because these are good examples of artist statements. I'm gonna have to move myself here. All right, this is Edvard Munch's The Scream. This is considered a masterpiece. Now, you might not agree with that. You might not think it's good art. You might think it is good art. But this is his artist statement. I was walking along a path with two friends. The sun was setting. Suddenly the sky turned to blood. I paused, feeling exhausted, and leaned on the fence. There was blood and tongues of fire above the blue-black fjord in the city. My friends walked on, and I stood there trembling with anxiety, and I sensed an infinite scream passing through nature. So once you read that statement and then look at the artwork, I want you to think about if that artist statement helped you understand the artwork better. So really the goal is to make your artist statement explain your artwork, to try to get people to understand what you were thinking, why you created it. All right, let's look at Georgia O'Keeffe, the next artwork here, and artist statement. This is an artwork by Georgia O'Keeffe called Jimson Weed, White Flower #1. It did sell for $44 million. It is considered a masterpiece. It is considered good artwork. You might disagree with that. You might disagree with the value of that artwork, but here is her artist statement. When you take a flower in your hand and really look at it, it's your world for that moment. I want to give that world to someone else. Nobody really sees a flower, really. It's so small, we haven't time. And to see takes time. So I said to myself, I'll paint what I see, what the flower is to me, but I'll paint it big and they will be surprised in taking time to look at it. So this statement by her helps us understand her artwork. So initially you might think, this isn't good artwork, but now paired with the artist statement, hopefully that adds meaning to it. It might not change your opinion of that artwork. So that is the component as far as the artist statement goes. This is kind of the final part. This is your reflection and presentation part of your bad artworks. And that is it for this section of the project.